planet. It's not just a gift from the past, it's a promise to future, a promise which we are failing to keep. Our planet, our Mother Earth, it provides us everything which we need to strive and thrive. Every mountain, every stream, every leaf has its own rhythm, a perfect balance. And it was going on very smoothly for centuries until we decided to interrupt. A silent invader walk among us, the ones which we created, the one which does not decompose, it accumulates from the highest peak to the lowest and the deepest trench of our world, in the soil, in the air, even among us. Plastic. Plastic is that silent invader. Every plastic which has ever been created is still present on this earth's surface in one or another form. And still, look at us, we humans are still producing more and more plastic which one day will choke us.
Every year since 1973, United Nations has chosen this day not just to talk about the problems but also to inspire us with solutions. Every year we came up with a new theme, focusing on forest, biodiversity, water and climate. And this year we are loud and clear. Plastic pollution, ending plastic pollution, because every piece of plastic we discard finds its way back to us.
ये प्लास्टिक की कहानी छोटी नहीं है। हर एक बॉटल, हर एक रैपर, हर एक स्ट्रॉ जो हमने कभी बेपरवाही से यूज किया था वो आज भी जिंदा है कहीं ना कहीं। प्लास्टिक पोल्यूशन मीन्स प्लास्टिक दैट हैज नो प्लेस टू गो, सो इट्स एंड्स अप इन ओशन, रिवर्स, soil and even inside us.
We have seen the problem and we have felt the weight of plastic on our planet, our oceans and even our body. So now it's time to start talking about the solutions, because change is possible and it starts with us. From classrooms to communities and from government actions to personal choices, each small steps takes us closer to a cleaner and safer world. So what can be done? Let's hear it from the minds that are shaping the future, our teachers.
Good afternoon, sir. This is Soumya Singh along with Khushi Solanki, Bittu Mandal and Sawan Kumar. We are from Department of Geography, and on the behalf of entire college community, we really extend our heartfelt gratitude to you, sir, because you are becoming a part of this conversation. Sir, as we observe World Environment Day on 5th of June every year, with this year themes being beating plastic pollution. Sir, it's indeed a privilege to hear from you. So, with your permission, may we begin with our interview? So, my first question to you is there any mechanism in place in our college to deal with plastic pollution, or any step which our college institution is taking to deal with plastic pollution?
See, first of all, I would like to thank you that you people have taken this initiative to spread awareness, because this is also a part of the awareness, especially on the Environment Day. If you talk about the use of plastic, so we have definitely, apart from creating awareness, we are entering into an MOU with Municipal Corporation of Delhi and with some companies where they have ensured that the plastic that would be used, the waste that the college would be generating, they will take away that waste, and in the exchange, they will give us the benches, student benches. So this is a sustainable way where if the college itself cannot deal with the plastic, we have tied up with some companies, some voluntary organizations, those who are helping out us to replace the plastics with the more sustainable way, that is, student benches.
So what would you suggest the students about the sustainable practices?
See, we can switch to alternative ways like using bamboo spoons and plates rather than using the plastic, because plastic does not decompose. Or if the plastic bags have to be used first, we should not use the plastic bags. We should create the awareness that if we are going for shopping, if you are going anywhere, we should take the bags, carry the bags with us. So it is more about the awareness, because we have to spread this awareness, and every student should become a change agent, where he is not only doing himself, practicing himself, but also taking this message to the where he is residing, जहाँ पे वो पढ़ रहा है, कहीं पे भी जा रहा है, वो सबको अवेयरनेस फैला रहा है इस चीज़ की.
Sir, any future target you want to implement in the college? Any initiative?
See, we want to have this a machine installed in the college. So MCD has also ensured us that they will be helping out us, and they will be setting up a machine here. You can see that we have already a compost there in the parking, near the parking area. So we are planning to set up a machine there which can use the plastic waste also and the other waste also.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
जैसे कि आप खुद उत्तराखंड से आते हैं, एक इतना ट्रेडिशनली रिच जगह है, तो जैसे रिसेंट टाइम में वहाँ पे टूरिज्म इतना बढ़ रहा है, उससे प्लास्टिक वेस्ट भी वहाँ पे इंक्रीज हो रहा है. तो कोई ऐसी ट्रेडिशनल कल्चरल प्रैक्टिसेस उत्तराखंड की हो जिससे प्लास्टिक का यूज़ जो है हम कम कर सकें?
देखिए, प्लास्टिक का प्रचलन तो उत्तराखंड में नहीं, पूरे विश्व में बढ़ता जा रहा है. और जलवायु परिवर्तन के इस समय में प्लास्टिक का अति उपयोग एक बहुत बड़ी समस्या बनता जा रहा है. उत्तराखंड में इससे अछूता नहीं है. उत्तराखंड में अब जब हम यहाँ जाते हैं जगह जगह, तो हमें प्लास्टिक के ढेर दिखाई देने लगे हैं, पहाड़ों में भी, नदियों में भी, खेतों में भी. और अभी सामान्य जनता को प्लास्टिक का क्या दुरुपयोग हो सकता है, क्या नुकसान है भविष्य में, इसके बारे में अभी सामान्य जनता को कोई अधिक ज्ञान नहीं है. हाँ, पर्यटन बढ़ा है तो स्वाभाविक है, पर्यटन के बढ़ने से प्लास्टिक की चीज़ों का भी उपयोग बहुत बढ़ा है. प्लास्टिक की बोतल हो या प्लास्टिक की पन्नियों का उपयोग बढ़ा है. और सामान्य जनता में भी, उत्तराखंड के निवासियों में भी इसका प्रयोग बहुत बढ़ने लगा, क्योंकि आसानी से सुलभ है और बहुत सस्ता भी मिल जाता है. इसका प्रचलन बढ़ा, उसका दुरुपयोग दिख रहा है. तो कई परंपरागत चीज़ें जो पूरे भारत में भी हैं, अगर हम उसको अपनाना चाहें तो उसका हम बहुत अच्छे तरीके से इसको नियंत्रण कर सकते हैं. एक तो हमारे यहाँ बांस की टोकरियाँ बनती हैं, हम अगर टोकरियों का अधिक से अधिक उपयोग करें सामान रखने के लिए, तो हम इसका प्रयोग कम कर सकते हैं. दूसरा, हमारे पास थैले, कपड़े के बने हुए थैले भी होते थे, और हम उसी को लेके किसी ज़माने में चलते थे. जूट के थैले भी मिल जाते हैं हमारे यहाँ बाहर से आए हुए. अगर हम उनका प्रयोग करना चाहें तो प्लास्टिक का प्रयोग कम से कम होने लगेगा. इससे हम प्लास्टिक का उपयोग कम कर सकते हैं. और हमें सामान्य जनता को जागरूक बनाना पड़ेगा. जैसे कि मैंने आंदोलन छोटा मोटा अपने घर के आसपास किया है. जब भी हम दिल्ली से यहाँ से जाते हैं, वहाँ पर जितना भी प्लास्टिक इकट्ठा होता है, मैं जिस दिन लौटता हूँ वो सारा प्लास्टिक एक थैले में डाल कर ले आता हूँ. दिल्ली में किसी उचित कूड़ेदान में उसको डाल देता हूँ. तो प्लास्टिक का उपयोग कम करना हम सबकी नैतिक जिम्मेवारी है, और हम कर सकते हैं.
Do you think that due to rise of tourism, is there any rise in plastic influx in Himalayas?
Plastic is not only in Himalaya but all over the cities where habitation of human being is there. It is a big challenge for human being, and plastic pollution is going to bring the change in the human and physical environment, because all the climate change factors and the productivity of land and land degradation, this plastic is posing a big threat to all the aspects of our life. So our message is to all students, all academicians, to stop the use of plastic and make aware all the new generations coming to the education sectors. My best wishes on this auspicious occasion of Environmental Day. I pledge not to use the plastic in future, and we also make it a big target for our future students that they will not use plastic forever in their life. All the best. Happy Environment Day.
Good evening, everyone. Today we've gathered here to celebrate the World Environment Day once again, and this time the theme being Beat Plastic Pollution. It's very apt. We know the way we use plastic, and hardly we know that whether it is single use or recyclable. If we know that, still it's okay, but at least I really cannot make a difference between a plastic that can be reusable, recycled or not. Hence, my only way is to refuse. So I can always carry my own water bottle wherever I go. I can carry my cotton bag wherever I go, so that I refuse to take a plastic bag for my vegetables or fruits or anything that I'm shopping. Or even if I need to buy water, it should not be in a plastic can. I would refill my own bottle wherever possible. I would suggest our younger brigade, geographers, environmentalists, to spread this awareness that wherever possible, think of the 3 R's: recycle, reuse, or just refuse.
To all my dear students, first of all, let me wish you a very happy World Environment Day. Today, the main crisis in our life is the plastic problem. But we can still face this crisis by adopting a sustainable way of bags and water bottles in our daily life. For this, we need to be plastic. So let us all together be plastic and say no to single-use plastic. Happy World Environment Day. Thank you.
Namaste. On this World Environment Day, let us remember that for India, caring for nature is just not a recent trend. It is a timeless tradition. Environmental consciousness runs deep in our roots. We have always seen the earth as a human being, a mother who nurtures and whom we must protect. Our festivals celebrate the cycles of nature. Our farmers depend on harmony with the seasons. And our ancestors taught us, Sarve Bhavantu Sukhino. Today, as the world faces climatic challenges, this ancient Indian wisdom can show us a path of harmony and responsibility. So on this day, let us take a pledge to reconnect with our ancient wisdom that has always honored the earth as sacred. Let us honor it not just in words but in action. Thank you.
Hello everyone, the World Environment Day 2025 with the theme of Beat Plastic Pollution. Plastic pollution is a global problem that requires a collective solution. So let's beat the plastic pollution and let's create a healthier future together. Nature has the power to heal. Let's work together to protect it. Let's all try to minimize the use of plastic in our daily activities and protect the environment, protect the nature and our Mother Earth. Thank you all.
Hello to all. Today we all know that plastic has become a global threat. It's just not choking our oceans, it's also actually entering in our food chain. It is disturbing our wildlife. To our bit, let's not hope to let other people do, then we'll follow it. Let's do our bit and let's hope for the best. Thank you.
So sir, as a teacher of political science department, so how do you perceive the issue of plastic pollution through the lens of public policy and governance?
Okay, so as we know that plastic is everywhere, it's certainly very cheap, it's durable, but it is deadly at the same time. We produce tons of plastic every year, and we all know that very less percentage of it is recyclable. So we need to find alternatives to the use of plastics. Now, in terms of at the policy level, the governments and both the public as well as the private institutions must keep a check on the use of single-use plastics, especially in their institution at the institutional level. We might work in coordination with some NGOs or some other institutions who are contributing to recycling of these plastic products, and we can provide certain incentives to certain alternatives available in the market, and we can certainly promote them. We can employ certain societies. For example, if we talk about an institution like a university or a college, we can make the students aware, and at the policy level we can make sure that lesser and lesser plastic is used.
So ma'am, how can commerce as a discipline inspire students to balance profit with environmental responsibilities in their future career?
So your question is so relevant. As a commerce discipline, we must tell our students, and instead we must make them sensitive also towards not only the environment, but as you're asking that how this discipline can contribute towards maintaining, sustaining the environment. So as commerce talks about trade, economic activities, marketing, finances. So as you see that in finances, we have shifted our all financial endeavors on the paperless work, Paytm, and digital India is contributing a lot towards it. So in this way, we can save the environment by making the minimum use of paper or making the economy paperless. To what extent, if we can't use the paper, we should not use. And secondly, about the entrepreneurship, what we teach the newly entrepreneurs that what they can do. So shoulder it as a responsibility to save the environment. And entrepreneurs, newly entrepreneurs, young entrepreneurs, I see that they are very sensitive towards, they talk about sustainability. In sustainability, there are 17 sustainable goals.
Yes, ma'am.
Commerce can contribute a lot, because commerce is nothing short of giving life and I would say giving a comfortable life, in fact, to its citizen. So in the name of comfort, like we use the ACs, we keep on using the ACs, and we also need to think that how can we minimize the electricity and the ill effects occurring from the maximum use of the ACs. So this is nothing but being a commerce student, we must think, and we must think of saving the environment. So on this Environment Day, I wish all the viewers, all our students, and I congratulate them.
How traditional lifestyle can be used to promote sustainable alternatives to plastics and this environmental waste and stuffs like that.
I want to say that traditionally we were using cloth bags and paper bags, and also using ropes to carry small things, and later on even logs of wood were carried by the trunk of elephants, the cane baskets, and whatever was naturally available in the environment, in the forests, were used. And a lot of communities, whether they are the fishing communities or whether they are in the at Manipur or the eastern borders or all over India, or even in the Grameen, in the village communities, they're using grass, they're using leaves, and they're using all kind of baskets, ropes and material available naturally as fibers for collecting and gathering. Still today, there are heaps and heaps of plastic all over the world, which nothing can be done about it. It cannot go off the planet. But then again, the reason is, if consumerism has to be contained, and if we ourselves refuse, bhaiya ji, hum to lenge nahi. Either we will carry it with ourselves, or we carry a thela, cloth bag, or a made paper bag from home. You don't take it. You don't accept plastic. But generally the idea is, bhaiya plastic ka thela nahi hai, plastic ka bag nahi hai. Because it's easy for you to carry your onions or carry your stuff in the plastic bags. So we have to look inwards ourselves, and we can't say that the governments would do it or the other people would do it. The change has to come from within us. But if you think of idealism that all the plastic would have gone from this planet, it will not. The only thing is we should not multiply it. This is what I'm trying to say.
How can literature inspire the students about eco-consciousness?
Okay, so there is a field in literature particularly related to theory where we talk about eco-criticism, and it is, one can say that it's a recent development, and earlier people were not aware about the damages caused to the earth and overall environment due to our modernization and industrialization, although these were very important revolutions if you look at human history. But because of them particularly, one can say that we have moved towards this kind of degradation of the planet. And this stream of the theory part of the literature, which is eco-criticism, and a lot of texts like poems, plays. For instance, there is a play by Rabindranath Tagore called On Waterfall, I think, or Waterfall, within which he depicts how, due to modernizations, villagers have constricted a waterfall and they're trying to create a dam, and all of them look at that as a monstrosity, something that is obstructing nature. And you will find these kinds of instances and other kinds of instances, like a representation of nature in Wordsworth. So he's an English literary giant and romantic poet, wherein he talks about spirituality, God, and the existence of God within nature. Or other people's writings where they always keep talking about the supremacy of nature above human beings, although human beings might temporarily think that nature is something that they can overpower because of their technology, modernization, and because they have now attained industrialization and whatnot. But some of these poets and writers try to posit that ultimately nature is going to reclaim the planet and humans will be wiped out. So that's how, if you read that literature, if you try to ponder it, then you can sort of have a discussion on it, and then you can generate this awareness within yourselves and around people, whoever is reading, whoever is part of academia, to do something about it. So I think that's how eco-criticism, eco-literature comes together and induces this idea of nature and its conservation, its importance, its supremacy, and how important it is for us, and posits the idea of
conserving it for our future generation.
What are the implications of plastics on human health?
Basically, I'm focused on health, healthy body और healthy sound soul. आजकल जैसे कि आधुनिक युग में मॉडर्न सोसाइटी में वी आर हैविंग लॉट्स ऑफ प्लास्टिक काइंड ऑफ थिंग्स इन अवर कहते हैं एनवायरनमेंट मटीरियल जो कि लॉन्ग लास्टिंग हो जनरली और थोड़ा चीपर हो तो वो प्लास्टिक है. बट इफ़ यू टॉक अबाउट द हेल्थ हैजार्ड्स तो ये कहते हैं जो उसके साथ अटैच पानी है, पानी के साथ यू कैन सी कि कहते हैं बहुत सारा ये कहते हैं उसमें सन रेज जा रही है, वो हीट अप हो रहा है तो इट मिक्स विद सम ये कहते हैं माइक्रो प्लास्टिक. ठीक है, इफ़ इट गोज इन आवर बॉडी तो हमारे जो ब्लड स्ट्रीम है उसमें मिक्स होता है. इट कॉज कैंसर. वी हैव लॉट्स ऑफ गुड ऑप्शंस लाइक ग्लास, ठीक है, फाइबर या इसके अलावा जो भी कुछ अच्छे ऑप्शंस हो सकते हैं उसको हमें ऑप्ट करना चाहिए. और डेफिनेटली हैविंग गुड फूड और उसकी स्टोरेज और उसकी ये कहते हैं प्रिपरेशन दैट इज़ मोर इम्पॉर्टेंट. तो सस्टेनेबिलिटी को देखते हुए टू अचीव द गोल वी मस्ट फोकस टू या वी शुड रिड्यूस द dependent.
So sir, as we conclude this documentary, what final message or what call for action would you like to give to the students and the faculty for the environmental conservation, especially in the field of plastic reduction and for saving the environment for the future generations?
See, I believe that every little effort counts. So every little thing you do or every little effort you make towards environment conservation or reduction, it counts. For example, if you are from today onwards, if you start using a paper bag or a cloth bag for your shopping, you start avoiding taking unnecessary things. You start reducing your hyper consumerist approach. Things that you don't need, you don't buy. I mean, those little efforts make a lot of difference. Little things such as carrying your own water bottle wherever you travel. I mean, recently I saw a video in which they were showing in Himachal, tourists have thrown a lot of garbage. So that can be reduced if people start having this approach of taking care of the environment, loving as much as you love visiting those spaces, as much as you love seeing those aesthetic landscapes, start loving them also. So yeah, I mean, little things, big impact.
Thanks sir. Voices from our classrooms and ideas from our teachers and actions from each one of us. Together, they form the answer. Plastics may be one of the biggest problems of our time, but the strength to defeat it lies in unity, awareness, and actions. Plastics को हराने के 3 असली रास्ते: reduce, reuse, and recycle.
माना कि ये समस्या बड़ी है, बट उससे भी बड़ा हो सकता है हमारा सोच और हमारा संकल्प. केवल गवर्नमेंट या NGOs ही नहीं, बल्कि देश का हर नागरिक, हर स्टूडेंट और हर पेरेंट की ये जिम्मेदारी है. हर एक छोटी सी छोटी आदत और हर एक छोटा सा छोटा बदलाव आने वाले कल को बेहतर बना सकती है. अगर हर शहर, हर स्कूल और हर घर एक मिशन बनाए तो प्लास्टिक पोल्यूशन सिर्फ एक याद बन के रह जाएगी. दिस एनवायरनमेंट डे, लेट्स नॉट जस्ट टॉक, लेट्स एक्ट. Refuse what you don't need, reduce what you need, and reuse what you can. And above all, raise your voice because silence is a pollution too.